Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. In this video I'll be reviewing Peter Gabriel's third album, self-titled, but mostly people know it by the title or the artwork, called Melt. And this is the third time I've featured Peter Gabriel on my channel. I'm going in order of his solo albums, so I reviewed Car, and I gave that one a 62 out of 100, and then I reviewed his second album called Scratch, gave that one a 55. There's some some good moments on these two albums, but this album, Melt, is where he really kind of came into his own. I felt like is particularly on this album. Melt. You can see this back in 2002. He did some really nice reissues, and he brought the albums. This one's Car. You can tell by the spine. His label called Real World. So he did a really good job in 2002 in reissuing these on his own label. There's also a CD copy from that as well. But a couple of original versions here of the first two albums, as he had just left Genesis, and I'll probably at some point go through his Genesis albums as well. I did start with the first album, Genesis, or sorry, Revelation, under Genesis, their first album, and I'll probably eventually go through their albums, maybe if somebody requests them, but I'm not super eager to necessarily review Genesis albums. I don't feel like maybe I'm educated enough on as much as I am with electronic music and sort of the period that I grew up with, or most know, or I feel most tied to, or I just generally more like Peter Gabriel's solo albums. I don't feel like I'm really educated enough or maybe versed enough in progressive rock to review the Genesis albums. I very much like Nursery Rhymes and Foxtrot and Lamb. On Broadway, those are some of the best Genesis albums, as well as the other one, Selling England by the Pound. So those four I know fairly well. I've heard those over the years, but I don't necessarily know I think the second album. I'm trying to remember the second album by Genesis, or some of the later albums. I do know the 80s Genesis albums certainly pretty well, but not necessarily the later 70s albums. That the later Genesis albums in the 70s, like I think it's Seconds Out, or a few of those in there, and I have kind of a blank spot of late 70s Genesis after Lamb on Broadway, after Peter Gabriel left. I do have a little bit of a knowledge gap, or at least haven't heard those albums. Maybe it started around Abacab, heard that album, and of course Mama Said, and certain of those albums. But I grew up on Invisible Touch. That album is. I'll definitely review that in the future. That album's kind of a memorable album that I had when I was 10 years old in 1986 when that album came out. But, kind of going back to Peter Gabriel, like this album, he really kind of came into his own. I felt like it has a good balance of sort of his experimental side, his performance art, and also him sort of adapting a little bit to pop music, and also including his growing interest in the world sound, right? You think of like the tracks Lead a Normal Life, or the track Start, or even Biko. He's incorporating more of a world music sound in here as well, and sort of you can see he's kind of gravitating towards including those sounds and that kind of influence on his style. But this album, I feel like he's letting loose a little bit more vocally, lyrically. Perhaps he's more okay with going a little bit more mainstream than the first two albums. When you think of like And Through the Wire, and I Don't Remember, those have a little bit of more rock and pop moments in those tracks. But he doesn't really fit into the pop structure or the pop sound of the time, does he? Biko is too long to be a hit. Games Without Frontiers is too futuristic to be a hit, I think, at the time, too ahead of the time. And then, some of the other tracks, maybe they weren't as polished to be rock hits in a strange way. So he's still not fitting into the mold that he wants to, but he certainly He's certainly in some of the lyrics and some parts in here. He's sort of projecting or prophesizing what he's going to do in pop music in a strange way, especially when you look at some of the lyrics. And I'll touch on that in a second. First off, Intruder is a great intro. It's just bombastic drumming and feels alien, but it's tribal. It's a bit eerie. It's just a great introduction to the album. I really like that track. And then it goes into No Self Control, which is kind of reflective, but also very adventurous sounding. Like you can see it's kind of opening up to a little bit more of a world sound in here. And then Start is a nice little intro, nice little interlude in there, and kind of breaks up the album a little bit. And then it goes into a great groove, although a pretty poppy chorus, but it's still super smooth. And the track I don't remember is certainly a good in between track. And then one of the highlights of the album for me, one of my favorite early Peter Gabriel songs, Family Snapshot. It's kind of in the vein for me personally, like Mercy Rain, one of my favorite Peter Gabriel songs, or excuse me, Mercy Street. Mercy Rain is Peter Murphy. Mercy Street is Peter Gabriel. But I love Mercy Street. It's one of my favorite Peter Gabriel songs. It gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. Also, Don't Give Up. So this Family Snapshot is kind of in that vein for me. One of the highlights of Peter Gabriel's career is this particular song gives me goosebumps every time, especially the changes in here and the songwriting and when he does his vocal on top of that piano. I get goosebumps every time. I love the lyrics. And this is kind of what I was saying about him projecting himself as far as, what he's going to do in pop music. He says, I've been waiting for this. All you people in TV land, I'll wake you up your empty shells. Peak time viewing blown in a flash as I burn into your memory cells because I'm alive. Like when you think of what he's going to do on Sledgehammer, and what he attempts to do even on Shock the Monkey, which is a single up there, and what he's going to do on Steam or Digging in the Dirt. Like he's just gonna burn into your memory cells. He's gonna burn blow out like a flash, right? He's gonna burn himself into the TV screen. Like in a way, I kind of take that as like what he's attempting to do in the future tracks, and he kind of says that in Family Snapshot. But just love that track so much. It's a highlight of the track, as well as Games Without Frontiers. And Through the Wire comes up next. It's perhaps the most rock song on here. Really like the bridge. The guitar riff is very 1980 for me. Certainly a good track there as well, but Games Without Frontiers, the other highlight that really bookends the album for me, along with Family Snapshot. It's just a dynamic track, a dynamite track and a dynamic track, really. It's kind of eerie, but the vocals, right, is so creative because it's almost folk sounding, or it sounds like a children's theme because Tommy plays with this, and it kind of has like this kind of children's theme to it. So it kind of grounds itself, but also then it goes into the very futuristic part with the amazing keyboard sounds, right? And you have the whistling that balances out these futuristic keyboard sounds. It's just an amazing balance. It's so futuristic but grounded at the same time. It's just amazing. I mean, the whistling sounds with then these growling kind of groove keyboard sounds, and then just if looks could kill, they probably will in Games Without Frontiers. It's just iconic track. It's probably my favorite Peter Gabriel song of the early period of the first three albums for sure. Just an amazing song, and it's so futuristic. Like it still sounds futuristic today, and it's 45 years old. Just amazing track. Can't say enough good things about Games Without Frontiers. And then the album kind of ends. It's kind of projecting towards an amazing album, and it's hurt a little bit in some ways. And this might be a little bit, wouldn't say controversial or anything like that, but maybe it goes against popular opinion. But the track Biko doesn't really do too much for me. It's kind of one note. It's kind of stagnant. It's beautiful in its own way, but it's kind of It doesn't feel like anything different. I don't know if it's really aged that well. Um, I don't think it's really special in any way. It's special for the meaning. I should say that. I know it's kind of an inspirational track. It's a meaningful track. I would think for anybody tied to the track in any kind of way, it's inspirational and it's very moving. But as far as musically, I just think it's a good track. Like I don't think it's above what Peter Gabriel can do. I don't think it's on the level of like San Jacinto or tracks that he's kind of done in the coming future or even after the flood, like from his debut album. I don't think any of Biko really stands up to any of those songs, especially when I think of like music for was it 14 Paintings from uh, from Us. There's some sort of world music sounds and songs that he's done over the course of his career that I think are way better than Biko. Vico's fairly one note, for the most part. So I can't really give it really any high marks. But that's not the only reason that the album at the very end it kind of runs out of steam a little bit. Not One of Us is sort of the rock, along with maybe All Through the Wire and maybe actually those two songs are sort of like the rock side of this album, and it's a good song, but it doesn't really. I don't think it really sets itself apart. It's a pretty good song. I will say, "Lead a Normal Life." It's a beautiful instrumental in there. It makes me wish that Brian Eno recorded with Peter Gabriel. Can you imagine what Brian Eno would have recorded with Peter Gabriel around this time? What a great balance that would have been. What a great duo that would have been. I would have loved if Brian Eno recorded with Peter Gabriel during this particular album, and maybe even the album before and the album after. Like, if Brian Eno would have done a trilogy with Peter Gabriel instead of David Bowie, I think it would have been even better. Although I love Ashes to Ashes and the sort of Berlin trilogy of David Bowie, I think if he would have worked with Brian, it would have been a great balance of sort of a spacey and a sort of tribal and world sound. It would have been epic. Can you imagine that, Brian Eno with Peter Gabriel? That would have been amazing, especially during this period. I think he would have took Biko to another level. He would have took Lead a Normal Life to another level. But the reason why I'm saying that is because the piano and the pacing into Lead a Normal Life gives me Brian Eno vibes. Like it sounds very Brian Eno. And although I do really like this track, I think when you factor in Not One of Us and also Biko into the end of this album, it doesn't really end in. I think it ends well, but I don't think it ends as good as the first 2/3 of the album. If you've never got a chance to listen to this album, I'll be playing it here. And you'll see my scores above each track and my overall score of the album. Curious to know what your thoughts are. What do you think of the last couple songs of this album, Melt by Peter Gabriel, and what are your thoughts on the flow? I really think this is, at the time, the third album of Peter Gabriel's solo work, the most complete album by far when it comes to his sound. Again, it's kind of taking his world music interest as that's growing. He's adapting a little bit more to pop music. It still has a little bit of his experimental art in here and his sort of art pop sound. Blends in a little bit of rock here. Like, this album has it all, and you'll see from my score, it's a strong scoring album, especially when you consider the first two albums and how I scored. His debut album was 62 out of 100, and then his second album, Scratch, 55. So considering those two, this is a very highly scored album by me. But it could have been even a little bit more. I felt like if it ended a little bit stronger on this album. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Melt by Peter Gabriel, his third album. But yeah, let's check out Melt by Peter Gabriel, the third album. You'll see my scores above.
clippers, slipping the clippers through the telephone wires. The sense of isolation inspires me. I'm certain you know I am there. I like you lying awake, your bated breath charging the air. I like the touch and the smell of all the pretty dresses you wear. Come and leave his mark. Leave his mark. Leave his mark. I am the intruder. Gotta get some food, I'm so hungry all the time. I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. Gotta get some sleep, I'm so nervous in the night. And I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. Pick up the phone, I will call any number. I will talk to anyone. I know know I hate to hurt you, I hate to see your pain, but I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. Street after street, night after night, I walk on through the rain, I walk on through the rain. I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. No, I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. Hey, I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. The streets are lined with camera crews. Everywhere he goes is news. Today is different. Today is not the same. Today I'll make the action take snapshot into the light. Snapshot into the light. I'm shooting into the light. 4 miles down, the cavalcade moves on, driving into the sun. If I worked it out right, they won't see me or the gun. 2 miles to go, they're clearing the road, and the cheering has really begun. I've got my radio, I can hear what's going on. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. All you people in TV land, I will wake up your empty shells. Peak time viewing, blown in a flash as I burn into your memory cells. 'Cause I'm alive. They're coming round the corner with the bikers at the front. I'm wiping the sweat from my eyes. It's a matter of time, a matter of will. And the governor's car is not far behind. He's not the one I've got in mind. There he is, the man of the hour, standing in the limousine. I don't really hate you. I don't care what you do. We were made for each other, me and you. I wanna be somebody. You will like that too. If you don't get given, you learn to take, and I will take you. Holding my breath, release the catch, and I let the bullet fly. All turn quiet, I've been here before. A lonely boy hiding behind the front door. Friends have all gone home. There's my toy gun on the floor. Come back, Mom and Dad. You're growing apart. You know that I'm growing up sad. I need some attention. I shoot into the light. And through the wire, I hear your voice. And through the wire, I touch the power. And through the wire, I see your face. Through the wire, Friday night you're staying at home. I want you. I'm taking his delicate hands. I want you for barbecue parties on blood red sands. I want you caught in the struggle, tied on the rug. I want you bring out the devil, bring out the God. I want you and through the wild you are secure. And through the wild we can talk. And through the wild we can walk. It's through the wild. Driving round the city rings, staring at the shape of things. I talk in pictures, not in words. Overloaded with everything we say. Be careful where you tread. What's the wild? And through the wild, you are secure. And through the wild, we can talk. And through the wild, we will walk. And through the wild, we're clinging like leeches. And through the wild, we push our tailor-made speeches. And through the wild, and through the wild, and through the wild, we get so strange across the border. 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 We get so strange. Hans plays with Lottie, Lottie plays with Jane, Jane plays with Willie, Willie is happy again. Suki plays with Leo, Sasha plays with Brit, Adolf builds a bonfire, Enrico plays with it. Whistling tunes, we hide in the dunes by the seaside. Whistling tunes, we're kissing baboons in the jungle. It's a knockout. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. Games without frontiers, war without tears. She have hills to fly them on, except for Lintayu. Dressing up in costumes, playing silly games, hiding out in treetops, shouting out rude names. Whistling tunes, we hide in the dunes by the seaside. Whistling tunes, we piss on the coons in the jungle. It's a knockout. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. If looks could kill, they probably will. In games without frontiers, war without tears. Games without frontiers, war without tears. here with a view of the trees, eating with a spoon, they don't give you knives. Expect you watch those trees blowing in the breeze. We want to see you lead a normal life.